We are back in studio at Teen Vision TV 16 for the one and only Inland Sports TV show. Jeff Gorham, I'm Pep Fernandez. Last year we taped an abbreviated version at the Kenny Clark Dreams Do Come True football camp at Carter High School, and that was a lot of fun. But it's always good to be back in studio with our guys, Anthony, Johnny, and the whole crew.
It's always nice being in the best studio in the entire Inland Empire, and it's always good seeing you. We had a nice little break. In fact, you and I were in the same city vacationing. We didn't hook up. It was family time, but yeah, I've come back. You've come back a little more tan. I'm a little more tan, and I feel rested, and I'm excited about what's going on in the local sports world.
I was going out to the pool. My wife's like, "You are going to put on like some sunblock, right, and wear a hat or anything?" I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
It was pretty warm where we were.
Same here, yeah.
Very warm. So, but yeah, I definitely had to put on the sunscreen, and I wore a big giant hat, huge hat.
You won the big straw hats?
Yes, I had a big straw hat.
That's what my father-in-law always wears. I can always pick him out because he's like 6'4" and he has a big straw hat. So that'd been you.
That was me. All weekend.
So while we're on vacation in Arizona, the news broke that Kawhi Leonard, the pride of Riverside King High School,
signed with the Lakers?
That's what you would think, right?
You would have thought. Yeah. I definitely would have thought that.
Here's what I learned following on social media, that unless your name's Adrian Wojnarowski, don't believe anything. I don't care who you are, Stephen A. Smith, all these NBA insiders. It doesn't matter. Unless it's a Woj bomb, it's probably not true, because everyone was saying that Kawhi Leonard was going to go to the Lakers or Raptors because the Clippers were out. They weren't even an option. The Clippers were out. He was either going to go to the Lakers or the Raptors were going to make one last Hail Mary pass to try to land Kawhi Leonard. And in the end, it was Kawhi Leonard going to the Clippers with Paul George.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was on my vacation. It was a no-phone vacation. So the wife, the kids, we had said, put away everything. So when we're driving home, I turn on the sports radio, and I hear Kawhi Leonard signing with the Clippers. And it shocked me. I was like, you got to be kidding me. And then they said Paul George, and I said, wait a second, I thought he plays in Oklahoma City. Not the case. Yeah. So yeah, my entire world turned upside down on vacation when I got rid of that phone. In fact, I think I'm going to get rid of the phone for good. I was talking to you before.
Toss it.
I am going to get rid of the phone for good. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of looking at everything. I like to just be surprised when I turn on the TV. That's about it.
Can I have it? Yours is in way better condition than mine.
It's all yours.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We do have some Kawhi Leonard highlights. He did lead the Toronto Raptors to the NBA championship this past season, and that's why we thought maybe, Jeff, he would stay in Canada, because he led him to a title. He won a championship there. Why not stay and try to do it again?
Well, the funny thing is, I think he flew out to Toronto.
He did.
And he flew out, I guess, just to tell him no on their dime, in fact. The ownership of the Raptors flew him out on their plane and then flew him back to San Diego. And I thought it was a done deal. That's when I turned off my phone. And like I said, he's been in MVP finals with the Spurs, the Toronto Raptors, and now possibly leading the Clippers to glory, the Clippers ships. I never, ever thought I would say this, that the LA Clippers are favorites to win the World Championship next year.
They are the favorites right now, which just sounds bizarre just saying this, but Kawhi Leonard, obviously, the centerpiece along with Paul George now on already a pretty good Clippers team from last season.
You've got Patrick Beverley, who is a great defender. You have guys.
Lou Williams.
Lou is probably the best six-man we've seen in the last 20 years. If you can go back to maybe Vinnie Johnson, one of those kind of guys, he is that good of a player. And honestly, the only thing that can stop the Clippers is the Clippers. Just like Golden State we saw this year, injuries can hurt you. And if any of those guys get hurt, it could be a very, very tough. I don't care who it is. You've got to be healthy come playoff time.
Before we move on in our Inland Sports headlines, the way I heard the Kawhi Leonard news was, because obviously we're on vacation, and I was trying really hard to go no phone. I was trying really hard, but we have Ring, the Ring at our front door at our house, and the Ring went off on my wife's phone. She's like, someone's at our front door. It's like 8:45 at night. So she looks on the Ring, and our neighbor's at our front door, and she, you can talk to the person there. Yeah. She's like, hey, Robin, is everything okay? And she's like, we just had a massive earthquake.
That's right.
I want to make sure you're okay. Is your house okay? So I was like, oh my gosh, let me get on Twitter. I was like, Tara, hold on a second. I get on Twitter to look up the earthquake. That's when I saw all the Kawhi Leonard stuff going down. I said, hold on about the earthquake. Yeah. Kawhi's going to the Clippers. I got to check this out first. So it was Kawhi and then the earthquake for our family.
Very much so.
All right, big news out of California Baptist, and this was coming as expected, that they will go into year 2 of this transitional process to be a full-fledged Division I program. Now, they already played a Division I schedule for all the sports last year, but it's a 4-year process, so they had to have a vote to say, yeah, let's continue this. And Jeff, by the way that first year went at Division I, you knew it was going to happen because they were so successful in the first year.
Yeah, and honestly, if the NCAA was smart, and I mean, they're drawing crowds at every venue, any sport that they're playing, they're drawing massive crowds. They are successful at every single sport. I don't understand the window of opportunity for these guys to compete for a playoff scenario in the big dance. In all levels, at all sports, they should be able to. I think the NCAA is kind of causing a disservice to this school, the programs, by not allowing them to at least qualify right now for the tournament.
Yeah, I've brought this up before, the fact that I covered Cal State Bakersfield when they went through the same process, and they took their lumps pretty hard early on. CBU has not. So I don't know if this is a thing that can make situational, where the schools can maybe elect to enter postseason play early because they are having success so quickly. But the way it stands is, yes, you're not Division I eligible for postseason play until this 4-year transition process is over. That's NCAA tournament stuff. Yeah. Where, there is some, minor postseason play kind of tournaments that they have been in. In fact, the men's and women's basketball teams were both in it. So there are, opportunities for postseason play, but not the big one. And we want to see, like, for example, CBU basketball in the big dance.
Yeah, and honestly, Coach Croy and all, Gary Adcock, they're great recruiters, but just imagine if they're able to recruit and tell players, hey, we can play in the tournament. The type of players that they're getting now it could be, even better going into the tournament, and it just shows a testament of how good a coaches CBU has.
Yeah, baseball won a share of that WAC championship, the Western Athletic Conference, this past year. Women's cross country, they won a conference championship, so they're already immediately making waves in the WAC. Here was the statement from CBU. According to their Director of Athletics, Dr. Micah Parker, they announced that the NCAA Strategic Vision and Planning Committee voting to advance the Lancers to year 2 of this reclassification process to Division I. So they're now cleared to begin that second year of the 4-year transition to full D1 membership. So not a huge surprise, but worth reporting here on the Inland Sports Show. It's the Major League Baseball All-Star Game tonight. In fact, they're probably on the field right now in Cleveland. But the big news, and this is because, Angel fans were watching this and local Riverside fans were watching this because Jake Marisnick, a Riverside Poly guy, had a huge collision with Jonathan Lucroy, the catcher for the Halos, the other night. And we got video of that as well. Johnny, you can roll that whenever. Jeff, this was a vicious collision. Some people say it was intentional, it has no part in the game, and some say, no, that's just hard-nosed baseball.
Well, it comes on the, look at Marisnick, a good guy, great guy.
He was concerned, yes.
Very concerned. Yeah. But, a lot of it, I think, stems back to, do you remember when Pete Rose,
yes,
in the All-Star
Ray
game?
Fosse was the catcher, wasn't
Ray Fosse, and Pete Rose took him out. And I think anytime you see a collision of this magnitude like we're watching here, it goes and draws back to Pete Rose. And everybody thought that was, he laid the shoulder down. But as a true baseball player, Jake Marisnick's just trying to get home. He lowered that shoulder, but you got to expect contact. He was a great football player. He's a tough guy.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So give the guy the benefit of the doubt. He definitely worried for the guy afterwards, as we see. But yeah, very tough situation for Jake Marisnick.
Yeah, we're big Jake Marisnick fans here on the show. It was not intentional. In fact, this is what Jake said after the game. Quote, "Through my eyes, I thought the play was going to end up on the outside of the plate. So naturally, I made a split-second decision to go to the inside full speed, and then the decision got another player hurt. I feel awful. I hope nothing but the best for Jonathan Lucroy. So, I mean, that happens. Like, we talk about this maybe like in football, the split-second decision. A lot of these helmet-to-helmet hits, the guy says, I wasn't going for his helmet. It just, the trajectory, it changes in a moment, and you have all that momentum behind you. I think Jake thought Lucroy was coming up the line on the outside. He went inside. Lucroy stepped back in, and boom.
It didn't seem malicious of any kind. But I will say this. Jake Marisnick's mom, I had a big crush on her when I was a little kid.
You did?
Yeah, when I was a little kid.
Probably watching right now. They're big fans.
She is. Her the two sisters. It's Roger Folsom's daughter.
Yes.
Yeah, I always.
Great athletic family right there.
I kind of had a crush on Jake's mom when I was a little boy. I mean, I was like 10, and I always thought she was the prettiest lady. So, Mrs. Marisnick, you're very pretty still.
And finally, here as we wrap up our Inland Sports headlines, we have the California JC football rankings that were just released, the preseason rankings. So take it with a grain of salt. It's preseason, especially for JC football. You don't know who's going to walk on campus, who's actually going to be there in the fall when the season kicks off. But when you look at the rankings, Saddleback's going to enter the state rankings as the #1 team. RCC comes in at #2, and SBVC, San Bernardino Valley College, they will check in at #20 in the state. And I do want to point out SBVC because a little bird told me that Jeremy Musa, the former Roosevelt quarterback,
University of Hawaii.
Now SBVC, the University of San Bernardino Valley College.
Well, I think that should put him up past 20, for gosh sakes. We've seen what Coach Algadas has done the last 2 years, and I think that they're much better than 20. I can't wait to see him play this season.
Yeah, we're going to have to get the Wolverines on the show pretty soon. We cover them pretty hard on IEMG. If you're wondering, SBVC and RCC are playing again this season. They did last year for the first time in a long time. They're going to play again this upcoming season. This time it's going to be at RCC, Wheelock Stadium, on September 21st. So SBVC at RCC. Biggest game in the IE, I would say, for our local sports fans. So they will renew that rivalry coming up this season. All right, we're going to take a break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, there is a brand new head football coach on the high school scene. In fact, he just got the job. This is breaking news. I don't know if a lot of people even know about this yet.
It's our guy, though.
It's our guy. We're going to build the suspense. A local high school program has a new head coach. We're going to tell you who because you're going to see his face right here on our set when we come back on the Inland Sports Show.
What's going on, guys? This is Ray Bass from Boost Performance Training. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. And Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
On the customer here. My business not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Battles aren't won solely on the field. Battles are won within. Over enemies of fear. Enemies of doubt. In that place where promises are kept. In the heart of every Marine, you'll find a promise. A promise of battles won.
Sports.
And it's really separated, the NBA, it's separated the Los Angeles fan base because now Kawhi Leonard, the pride of King High School in Riverside, will be an LA Clipper. And not only a Clipper, but guys, he's teaming up with Paul George, who's another Southern California guy. They're loaded up now. It's insane because the whole week leading up, because remember, we talked about this the last time, what was it, on Thursday on the 4th of July, that all the big name NBA free agents quickly picked new teams. Quickly, everyone was accounted for. And then there was Kawhi. He let it drag out all week. There was no rush. The most Kawhi thing you could do, if you don't know Kawhi, he doesn't like the limelight. It's not all about him. Can you imagine if Kawhi Leonard wins a title with the Spurs, a title with the Raptors, a title with the Clippers? We're talking all-time great now.
Legend. Sports.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. It's our vow to the Inland Empire to talk high school football on every single show. And Jeff, we got some breaking news. I don't know how many people know this. You're going to find out for the very first time tonight.
Nobody knows it. We've known for a couple weeks, but we weren't allowed to say anything until right now.
We're so good at keeping secrets. Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, trust me, we know everything. we know where all the bodies are buried in the Inland Empire. We know where they all are, buddy. Every one of them.
Join us live on the show. He's the new head football coach at Indian Springs, and I say new as in just recently. Chris Chaddick, Coach. Welcome to the show.
How you doing? What's up?
Good to see you.
G, Slim G. Yeah. Looking like you could play Australian basketball again with Andrew Gage.
I am ready.
How's it going?
What's up, Coach?
Good to see you.
You got a fanny pack. We won't hold it against you.
Gotta love the fanny pack. Where it's at. Efficient mode of holding things.
You just came from practice, right?
I literally came from practice just now. Had to get an early start. I got a great staff of guys. My offensive coordinator, Marty Vega, is running it now. I've got Coach Pena, Coach T. I've got a lot of great coaches that I'm working with. Coach Hansen. I really love the staff that we're starting to put together. Great group of guys. A lot of energy, a mix of experience. Young coaches, Day Williams, he's coaching my linebacker.
Yeah, at a San G startup.
So we've got some dudes there that are a great mix of young and old, veterans that have been in the game a long time, and guys looking to break in. And I'm really excited because I'm a San Bernardino guy myself. I've been raised in the Dino, born bred. I love the Dino till I'm dead. So this is a great fit for me.
So the timeline looked like this. So Ed McMillan steps down at the end of last season. They hired Darren Owens, who was there for, a couple weeks, couple months. I don't know, you know the timeline. But you were on his staff.
Correct.
And then Owens decided to step down, and there you are. Now you're the head coach.
Yeah, God has a way of working things out mysteriously. And, it was in the right timing, and I couldn't be happier. I've got a great athletic director in John Chamberlain, Coach Chamberlain.
The best, right?
The best. He does great things, and none of this is possible without the support of my beautiful love of my life, Alicia.
Good call.
You know, my two beautiful girls, Mia Rose and Liliana, and also my new son, Prince William. He's awesome. He just had his 15-month checkup. So if all those guys aren't on board, I'm not taking it. So,
yeah.
You know, I've been prepared by some great coaches. I come from the Ron Gehringer tree. I've coached with Coach Strauss. A lot of great guys. You know, Tony Crutchfield, great mentor. Deshaun Burns, who you had a couple weeks ago, has been a big help, big influence. And anybody I've really talked to, Coach Fazio has been open. Anybody I've had a chance to talk to has been very supportive. And that's what this game is ultimately about, and what I try to teach my kids. I try to teach my kids that family concept. You know, we're really big about family. Forget about me, I love you. We're really trying to ingrain that in them. And I've got some great football coaches that have become like family to me, that have poured into me, and you know, hard work and preparation has led to this.
Now, you know, you've been a lot of places. Most recently, you know, the defensive coordinator at Carter High School.
Correct.
Last season, you've been again a lot of places, but your first head coaching gig, right? Are you just excited for the opportunity?
I am very excited for the opportunity, and you know, I look at this as it's a newer school. The facilities are immaculate. I don't know if you've been there. We just have
the turf is in, right?
Yeah, the turf is in. Brand new field that we're getting ready to open up this season.
And it was already a good stadium.
Great stadium, and I mean it's even better with the turf. We've got great weight room, best weight room I've ever had. We've got, like I said, we've got a lot of support from administration, and I'm very grateful for that. So even though it is my first gig, I feel like I'm long prepared. 15 years. This is going to be my 16th year coaching football. So I've been around, and I've been around with some great mentors. And this ultimately is not just about me. It's about the kids, and it's about the mentors that have poured into me. So thank you to every single coach that has poured into me from when I was playing to the guys that I got to coach along with. I love you very much.
Yeah, and I'm going to pull the curtain back a little bit. Chris and I are really good friends, and we've been friends for a few years now. And there has been opportunities for you, and I've always told you, just be patient, and something good will come through. And I know you've talked to me many times. Sometimes in the middle of the night, we've talked for hours, and I couldn't be happier. I think that the program that you're taking over is going to be better because of you. I think the last year of you becoming a new father will make you a better coach. I think all of these things will attribute to your success because of the guy you are, and I could not be happier for somebody like you to finally get your shot.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, thank you very much. I am very excited. I'm very blessed and humbled by the opportunity. And, you know, it's been amazing getting to know the both of you throughout the years. And thank you for all the work you do in the Inland Empire, exposing high school football and not just high school football, high school sports all around. I love football. I'm a football guy, but I love sports, period. I'm a high school sports junkie throughout the Empire. Like when I'm not coaching, you'll see me helping out at games.
I see you all the time.
All kinds of stuff. So the fact that you guys are always talking sports, not just football. And like I said, I love football. That's my number one. Outside of Jesus is my family. But, you know, my passion is the fact that you guys are supporting sports, period, and all these kids have an avenue to be seen through you guys.
Well, we're hoping to be talking about you guys making the playoffs this upcoming season. I feel like, because, you know, we've covered Indian Springs pretty closely. They've been knocking on the door the last several years. You know, what do you think, Coach Chaddick, is you guys have to do to get over that hump? And maybe, I don't know if it's it's a cliche, but a culture thing, a mentality thing that, you know, this is a program that playoffs is a goal that you set year in and year out, that's, you know, where you expect to be at the end of the season.
Right. Well, first of all, I want to thank, you know, you got to give props to the guy Ed, who was there before. Coach McMillan did a great job. Didn't leave the cover bare. I've got a couple guys I want to mention because these guys have bought in right away and they've done a great job. Angel Perez, who's playing both sides of the line for me. The brothers JoJo and Ty Connolly, Jose Carrasco, Amar Arnold, Miguel Ramirez, and Joshua Jones, who's a great young.
He's a stud.
I actually think Joshua Jones.
He still has long hair?
Oh, definitely. I think he has the potential to be probably the first Division I athlete to come out of there. I really do believe that with all of my heart. I've coached a lot of guys that have been on that level, and I can tell you if he works at it, he's going to be great.
Without giving away your secrets, where are you playing him at?
We are playing
Anywhere
him.
he wants.
Okay. We're playing him a little bit everywhere on both sides of the ball. Just I'll build suspense. If you guys want to see where he's playing, come out to Indian Springs. Come out to see us. I think our first home game is August 28th, but our first game, Gary on the road, August 23rd. But like I said, starting with the culture, just getting these guys to do the little things. If you're faithful in the little things, the big things will happen. I tell these guys all the time, the separation is in the preparation. How you prepare is how you will play.
Yeah.
And finally, I tell these guys, it's not always about me telling you what to do. It's about you guys holding each other accountable. You guys have to directly talk to each other. You guys have to do the extra stuff when the coaches aren't watching. That's ultimately what's going to get this program over the edge. I'm there to guide them. I'm a helping hand.
Yeah.
I'm there to disciple them into men, to help them be better football players, but better men in the community. But ultimately, this journey is up to them. I'm just here to give them the tools and let them run with it.
Now, I'm looking at your schedule right here. Your non-league, at least.
Yes.
Gary, Chino, Linfield Christian, Rubidoux. Is it Patriot?
Patriot.
So you mentioned Deshaun Burns,
yes,
one of our favorite guys down at Linfield Christian. You're going to be playing him head-to-head.
Yes. Ironically, it's funny because I was just on the phone with him the other day, just talking to him about some strategy and some culture stuff and just kind of thanking him to be there for the years. And, I'm just hoping that we improve and we have a great game against them. I'm looking forward to matching wits with a coaching hero of mine, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I respect everybody and I fear no one.
Yeah.
So hey, I respect the living daylights out of Coach Burns.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna have my boys ready to play. Respect everyone, fear no man.
And when you look at the Mountain Valley League, it's kind of wide open, right? Moreno Valley's always going to be tough. Pacific has had some good teams. Like Rubidoux's had some good teams. But I feel like when you look at the league as it is right now, it's kind of wide open. I mean, you feel the same way? Like you guys should be at least in the mix?
I do feel that way. And like I said, this season is about building one game at a time, one down at a time. And it starts with one practice at a time. And I feel like if we start getting a little bit better every game, once we get to league, because I believe, I have a great strength and conditioning coach, Devon Carter, who's getting these guys ready. I believe we're going to peak right at the right time. That was the key on all our San G runs, especially the 2016 run.
Yeah.
You remember, we started off that season 1-4 and then went on that run.
Yeah.
Quite simply because we believed, and it wasn't so much about the preseason. The preseason was the preparation to get to the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
So I feel like once we're in league, we're going to do everything we can to give everybody a game. I won't guarantee wins or losses. I'm not Joe Namath. That's not what I do. But what I will do is I will guarantee that everybody will know that they played the Indian Springs Coyotes. Everybody's going to know. Everybody's going to know that they're a tough group of kids. They bang, they hit hard, they fight to the end, and they'll give it all they got.
Well, we're hoping you make it to the playoffs this season. It would be the first time in Indian Springs' short history. It hasn't been around that long, but they're still looking to punch their ticket to the postseason for the first time. And, Coach, if you can just finish high enough in league and get into the playoffs, I mean, you're in a division where you could go all – I hate to put a championship ring on your finger already,
right,
but if you can just at least get to the playoffs, anything can happen in that division.
Anything.
It's 14 or 13 or 14?
14.
14. I mean,
14.
You could make a run.
Anything can happen. I was actually looking at the
because they rank all the schools.
I was looking at it and I was like, oh, you know what? This is interesting. If we get in, like Kevin Garnett once said, anything is possible.
Yeah.
I believe that anything is possible, and I believe that we can get in. I know that we can get in. I wouldn't have taken on this task if I didn't believe that firmly. I believe that our guys are headed in the right direction, and I believe that this is the team. Why not us? I tell our kids that all the time. Why not us? Why not be the first to do something great? Why not be the first to put Indian Springs on the map? Because there's great schools in San Bernardino, always have been.
Yeah.
But why not be the new kid on the block that shakes things up? Why not be the guy that makes history? Hey, I believe we can do it. We get in, couple wins, anything can happen.
You have to get a bigger fanny pack to put all those championship rings in.
But yeah, size up that ring right now, for God's sake.
No, I don't want to say that. We still got a lot of hard work to do.
Start with Gary, right? In week 0 and go from
Start with Gary, week 1. Hey, start with our scrimmage. We're playing Ramona. I mean, just doing the right things in our scrimmage.
Is that your place or their place?
It's at their place.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to starting things the right way right off the bat and learning something, progressing, getting better. My job is to take the guy that's here and get him up here, to take the guy that's here and get him up here. Just keep raising the bar. You set the bar high, these kids are going to match it.
Yeah.
A lot of people, and that's one thing that really just gets me fired up. A lot of kids don't give the Dino kids a chance. The San Bernardino kid, they just wrap them up in all the horrible stereotypes and and you know what? These kids, I'm telling you, they're going to change hearts and minds.
Coach, I've said this before. I feel like, and you might sound like I'm exaggerating here. We're in the golden age of football for San Bernardino.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, look at all the guys that are in the pros, big-time Division I college programs.
Nate Metters, who I coach.
Cajon, San G, Aquinas, the success they've had the last couple of years. I feel like this is like the golden age of Dino football.
Absolutely.
Even though, you can attest to that.
I can attest.
You won a state championship.
Yeah, I was there. I was.
Or got to the state CIF title.
Yeah, CIF title 2016. Yeah. But I was there. Been a part of that, and we were actually. The first public school in San Bernardino to get that CIF ring at the time, and Cajon's done a great job, and Aquinas has done a great job, and but there's enough athletes in the city.
There is.
Everybody, and I'm not trying to knock anybody else. That's not what I do. But I feel like there's enough pie for everybody. There's room at the table for everybody. So, hey, the new kid on the block, we're going to make some room at the table. We're going to try to get off that kid's table, get to the big boys table, and be practicing on Thanksgiving for that bounty. That's the plan.
Coach, it's always great to see you. Best of luck this upcoming season. The brand new head coach. Breaking news here on the Inland Sports Show. Coach Chaddick at Indian Springs. Thank you, Coach. We appreciate it.
Our favorite.
Thank you. Salty G and Pep.
One of the good
Love my guys.
We'll be back. We're going to talk a little UC Riverside men's soccer with their head coach, Tim Cupello.
Hello, everybody. This is Mike Maynard, the head football coach at the University of Redlands, and you're watching the Inland Sports Show.
How you guys doing? Coach Bass here, letting you all know that we will be opening enrollment for the 2019-2020 Boost Alternative School for student athletes in January. Bass is a private school here in Corona, California that emphasizes academic and athletic development for student athlete life as they prepare for high school and college. If you'd like more information regarding our private school, please feel free to reach out to us directly. You can contact us through social media, on Instagram at Boost Training, on Twitter, Boost_Training, or you can contact us here at our gym at 951-532-4904.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
For a place, a people, an idea, for right and freedom, for liberty and justice for all. For every square inch between fruited plains and spacious skies. Marines fight to win. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. And Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, live at Teen Vision TV 16. A big thanks to Coach Chaddick from Indian Springs Football. Kind of breaking news of a sort here on the show.
All my buddies are getting these head coaching jobs, and then I don't get to cover. I won't get to cover too many of his games because I got to do all the Riverside TV games.
You're busy. That's why we spread out.
I'm going to sneak away though and make sure we get to go see old Coach Chaddick.
They might have a Thursday night game or two mixed in.
They better have one.
So
I'll be there.
All right, talking a little UC Riverside men's soccer. Join us live on the show, the head coach of the Highlanders coming off a Big West title and an NCAA tournament appearance, Coach Tim Cupello. Coach Cupello, how are you doing today?
Hey, Jeff, Pep, how you guys doing?
Good to see you.
Hey, did you get swept up in this World Cup fever with the women's national team?
Oh, it's awesome, man. I mean, the pride that they bring to our country and the way they're able to do it by, having the amount of support within our country, and also a few people kind of hating on them and kind of making them villains a little bit. They showed the real spirit of competition and just rose to the occasion with all the pressure, being the favorites, and it's fantastic to see what they're doing. It's awesome.
Yeah, Alex Morgan and her spot of tea on the field.
But I love her. Yeah, I do.
Everybody does.
I got a big crush on her. I think everybody in the Gorham family has a crush on her. We just sit down and was like, good job, Alex Morgan. Good job. Nice job. Nice job.
But, Coach, I was hoping for a doubleheader sweep on Sunday as the men's team with Aaron Long, a former Highlander, was trying to beat Mexico in the Gold Cup final. They came up just a little bit short, but, man, how proud of you of Aaron Long and what he's been able to do, and the perseverance, his journey just to get to this point to represent the Stars and Stripes.
Yeah, since he's joined the national team, it's been a whole different ball of fandom I've had for the U.S. national team. Obviously being a huge supporter of theirs before, but now with Aaron there, it's almost like a child of my own, hoping that he's doing well, and he is. He's rising to the occasion. He's playing fantastic. They keep talking about him in all the post-game and halftime interviews about how he's kind of the stable figure within the team, the new players. And then obviously he was rewarded by making the best 11 players of the entire tournament. The only best 11 player that played collegiate soccer, which is awesome for him and obviously a huge honor for our program as well.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. I think in the Gold Cup, at least, he had, I think it was 5 starts. He had a couple goals. So he's really cemented himself defensively for the United States team. Now, did you see this coming? I mean, obviously he's a talented, soccer player, but did you see this coming for Aaron Long?
I remember when he was a freshman in our program and the amount of potential he had, and if he was willing to really commit to it, I knew that he had a lot of upward trend within his game. And he did. He committed. He worked hard. He committed to the weight room. He kept a good diet. And even more so since he's gotten to the pros, he's had this steady journey of being USL Defensive Player of the Year to the MLS Defensive Player of the Year to then being selected to the national team and being selected as a captain, and then scoring 2 goals in the game. First U.S. national team defender or 2 goals in the same game. It's incredible, and I hope his journey continues. It's awesome.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's got to help with recruiting every time they mention UC Riverside. And then they mention, let's talk about it. You guys made the tournament last year. You got a big target on your back. What is expected of this Highlander team this coming season?
For me, the expectations don't change. We have to go about our work every single day like we did last year and like we have for the previous few years. What we did in 2018 was awesome, winning the Big West tournament, getting the NCAA tournament. But what I tell our guys is there's nothing that's going to happen in 2019 that's going to either defend or take away what we did in 2018. It's a whole new season, and people may say we have a target on our back, but for us, it's let's focus on us. Let's do the job every single day. And if we do, then I believe the results will take care of itself, and hopefully we'll continue to build. But it's a brand new season. It's a brand new team. So I'm just excited to get started in preseason in August.
Yeah, speaking of getting started in the preseason, are you guys in the weight room, Coach? Are you playing some futsal? I mean, what's going on with the Highlanders right now, just to kind of in preparation to get ready for another Big West title run?
Well, right now we're on summer break, and NCAA rules don't allow us to do anything with the guys. So they're off playing on their USL 2 teams, their PDL teams. They're playing amateur ball. Some guys are still local and training daily on our field and using the weight room kind of on their own. So I know they're putting in a lot of work. We even have some guys back in Europe. I know that are playing on some teams back there. So I'm excited for them to get back here in August, and even more excited to start playing some games because we have a lot more home games this fall than we have in the past. So really looking forward to the student body, the Riverside community getting out to our stadium, cheering us on, and really hoping to create a great home field advantage in that atmosphere.
And Coach, you brought it up, that home field advantage. I mean, your pitch, at least, when I was out there for the Big West tournament, it was electric. I think I was out there for the semifinal. I didn't get to see the final. I saw the video of it on Riverside TV. But man, talk about what you guys have been able to create on your home field so teams just don't walk into Riverside to UCR and think they're just going to get an easy win. This is a tough place to win now on your home field.
Yeah, you said it. It's electric. And when the fans show up and they start chanting and singing and playing the drums and blowing the horns like, traditional soccer fans do, it's amazing for them as fans. It's amazing for the players. And really, I've heard visiting teams after the game say to themselves, let's get on the bus and let's get out of here. It's not a place that they want to be. It's a place that we want to be. We want our fans out there. And we're really looking forward to this fall.
All right, we're going to get Jeff a big vuvuzela and
vuvuzela, I can do it. I can blow it there. I can do it. Right. I'll be 6'8" guy out there at the soccer game. Anybody gives us any look, I'll fight him too.
You can be the one starting it, stand in front of the crowd, and everyone else will follow you.
I'll do it. I'm ready.
Awesome.
Coach Cupello, we appreciate the time. Enjoy the little bit of summer that you might have left because the season will be upon us. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thanks, you too. That's Coach Cupello, UC Riverside men's soccer coach. Very proud of Aaron Long playing for the U.S. national team. And again, coming off an NCAA tournament appearance, Big West champs. Can they do it again?
I mean, it was awesome. I mean, we were with the UCR men's basketball program at the time, and it was just win after win after win. And everybody was talking about it on the bus. It was just a fun time. I can't wait to see how they can improve upon what they did last year.
Hey, this is not in the rundown. This is not in the notes. It's not in the red or the white over here.
No.
But did you see on Twitter, I know our intern Elijah over here knows this, Johnny Kennedy committed.
Where did he
former Highlander basketball star. Did you see that?
I don't know the exact school.
It's I think it was Tennessee Martin.
Tennessee Martin. I know they were.
Is that right?
That sounds about right.
I'm getting on Twitter right now. I think it was the University of Tennessee Martin.
Oh, Johnny, if you've ever been in Tennessee, be ready. Be ready, my man. But he's a great player. I hope he does well.
All right, when we come back, we're going to wrap things up here. Some high school football notes from the local Diamond and the Nutcrackers.
What?
We're going to celebrate Christmas in July.
I celebrate Christmas every single day of the year, Pep.
We'll be back on the Inland Sports Show.
This is Alexander Madison. You're watching the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports. The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. And Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona.
First of all, I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As as I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We develop quality citizens who keep our core, our country, and our communities side by side on the winning side. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
How you guys doing? Coach Bass here. We're back at the BPC continuing our series on building power. Today we're going to demonstrate a speed squat, and there's 3 aspects of this. There's a slow eccentric, an isometric, and a fast concentric. Now, concentric is going on the way up, and it's got to be fast and explosive as possible. So what Zach's going to do, he's going to get under the bar. All right, those thumbs around Zach. All right, he's going to go ahead and lift off. He's going to give me a 2-1-X tempo. He's going to go down slow. Pause, then faster. Good. What I'm really looking for here is bar speed. All right? That pause. And like I said, we're working 3 different elements of strength, right? We got that slow eccentric on the way down, that pause, and then faster. This is a great drill. Turn all that strength gain in the offseason to power. So like I said, this is a great drill that actually works on 3 different aspects of strength. All right, we got that slow eccentric going down. We got that isometric pause, that fast concentric going up. So while it maximizes power, we're still hitting 3 different elements of strength. We do it right here at Boost. Today's tip is all about the speed squat, and what I want to talk about is how we progress this exercise here at Boost. So we showed you guys a 2-1-X tempo that was going down for 2 seconds, pause 1, and then that fast concentric coming up. So what we'll do is over time, we'll play with the tempos a little bit, and we'll go from a 2-1-X to a 1-1-X tempo going down 1 second, pausing for 1 second coming up, or we'll go with an X1-X tempo with a quick eccentric, isometric contraction, and then we'll come up with the fast concentric. So a lot of different ways that we like to progress our athletes. Building strong and powerful athletes is what we do right here at Boost. Grind hard, stay solid.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show here at Teen Vision TV 16. I was talking to Coach Chaddick over here, trying to give him at Boost Performance Training, because they get those football players all ready to go for the football season.
Those guys are always ripped. I mean, every time you go on their website or any of those social media things, are always working something.
You look like you've been going to Boost Performance Training. You look great.
I have been going to the non-fast food, non-soda, and yeah, that's about it. That's how I
sugar. Cut out sugar.
Nah, I just cut out crud. I can't eat crud anymore.
I don't even know you anymore.
No, I don't know myself anymore.
Jeez.
Gosh sakes.
I was going to bring you a cheeseburger and fries.
I can't eat that anymore. I'm telling you, I eat kale. Kale and walnuts. That sounds wonderful. Kale, walnuts, and water.
Well, you look great.
Thank you. Thanks.
Here we go into the high school football season. You know, we just had Coach Chaddick on. We talk high school football on every single show because that's what the Inland Empire wants. We have the big Temecula Valley passing tournament coming up this Saturday, ran by our good friend Bert Esposito down there in the Golden Bears.
Bert Esposito runs these passing tournaments. They're the biggest things in the entire world. You show up to them, it's an all-day affair. You better put on your sunblock. It's always hot. There's 9,000 teams playing football. You can never find who's playing where because there's games all over the place
going on.
But a great thing that Bert does, and it's kind of the kickoff to the football season.
And it's so competitive. It's only 7-on-7. They don't hang banners for this. But it gets competitive. There's a championship game. We always go out there. We always have a good time with it, even though I think it's gonna be over 100 degrees. It's gonna be really hot out there.
It'll be hot here. But the best part is it's not the games. It's not that it's the linemen. They have like these lineman drills where they run around the entire track, and they're usually shoeless and shirtless and carrying donuts or hot dogs with them the whole time they're running. That's the best part of the thing. It's the lineman competition. They do the tug of war thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. That's the best part for me.
All right, so Temecula Valley, their passing tournament coming up on Saturday. We got the complete schedule right now on the Inland Sports website. That's inlandsports.wordpress.com, so you can check that out. Also on Saturday morning here in Moreno Valley, Kenyon Barner, one of our favorite guys out of Notre Dame High School, is going to have his camp here. We got the details. It's going to be at Valley View High School this Saturday. You can still get there. Registration at 9 a.m. sharp. So if you get there early, sign up 9. It's going to end by noon, and you can hear from Kenyon Barner, who, we had him in the show last week, that interview with him.
Yes.
But he made a lot of headlines because he won the Super Bowl with the Eagles. Then he was with the Patriots off and on last year, and the owner of the Patriots, Robert Kraft, sent him a Super Bowl ring, so now he's got 2 Super Bowl rings.
And where's he playing next year?
The Atlanta Falcons.
They're going to win a Super Bowl. He's going to get 3 rings in a row.
If you're a Falcons fan, you got to be feeling pretty good because Kenyon Barner's kind of been that good luck charm for Super Bowl teams.
Yeah, and remember, Pep, I went to his camp. The Garza brothers, I think, kind of run his camp.
That's right.
And I went to his camp, and I was looking around for Kenyon, and I said, I saw this little guy, because I'm pretty tall, and I saw this guy wearing yellow shoes. That's Kenyon Barner. So I'm looking down on him because he's a very little guy.
He's a little guy.
Tiny.
He's so good, though.
So I was interviewing him, and I think he was playing for the Chargers.
Yeah, he was with the Chargers at the time.
But they were the LA Chargers, and I called them the San Diego Chargers, and I was discombobulated because he was just so little. And he had yellow shoes on. He was blinding me with his shoes. Go to the camp. The Garza brothers do a great job, and it's always Kenyon Barner's awesome.
He is one of the best. The first time I met him was Pac-12 Media Day years ago, and he's with the Oregon Ducks.
Yeah.
And he's been one of my favorite guys ever since. And finally, Christmas in July. We promised it. We'll probably talk about it again next week. But the Inland Empire 66ers, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, the 20th, they're going to have Christmas in July. Santa's going to be out there, Christmas music. They're going to be wearing Nutcracker uniforms. Look at the hat. It's got the little Nutcracker. And if you look very closely, yes, they are playing the Modesto Nuts. And that's a Modesto nut in the Nutcracker on that Saturday.
I like it. The Modesto Nuts are probably my favorite name in the California League.
Modesto Nuts.
You got the Stockton Ports?
The Ports.
I don't understand that.
Visalia Rawhide.
Yeah, whatever.
So,
whatever.
Anyways,
like
if you love Christmas, you love Christmas music. I know you celebrate Christmas every day.
Every darn morning when I wake up and those little kids run into my room and say, Dad, Dad, Dad. I have
Where's the
presents for them. I have no presents, but they come in and jump all over me at 5:30 in the morning.
So not this Saturday, but next Saturday, Christmas in July, as they take on the Modesto Nuts, the Nutcrackers. All right, that's going to do it for the Inland Sports Show. Big thanks to Anthony, Johnny, the entire Teen Vision TV 16 team. We appreciate it every single week. We'll see you next Tuesday night with a brand new edition of the Inland Sports Show.